Great discoveries don't just happen. They are victories, won by people who dedicate themselves to answering the difficult questions and finding elusive cures. Harold Forbes depends upon those discoveries. He counts on them.
Amyloidosis is a disease of the bone marrow in which plasma cells produce an abnormal protein. I had symptoms of shortness of breath, bleeding, heart disease, kidney failures. Most physicians have never seen a patient with it. In fact, it took almost a year for my diagnosis.
These are a rare set of diseases that are studied here in our laboratory at Boston University. Beginning in about 1960, Dr. Alan Cohen became interested in the nature of these proteins. One of the things that motivated them is that the diagnosis of amyloidosis often was a death sentence for patients. Our research has continued on through the years. We have a multidisciplinary research program. As we've developed new treatments, the prognosis for patients with these diseases has gotten better and better.
When I was diagnosed, the main effective treatment was a stem cell transplant with high-dose chemotherapy. However, there have been many new drugs that have been developed, and patients have more options today which are less risky than the stem cell transplant.
We're in a very exciting era today where there are new and innovative therapies for these diseases. Patients have incredible reassurance to be able to come to a center where there are people familiar with this disease who are able to offer them treatments in the hope of getting better.
After I recovered from my treatment, my life pretty much went back to normal. I was very happy to be able to go back to Celtics games.
In Geneva, over the same 5 decades, another team of researchers has been working to find an answer to a very different kind of question.
BU has been deeply involved in particle physics, both in its theoretical aspects and experimental aspects, for several decades. There are 2 major experiments at CERN. We are involved in both of them. The Higgs boson is a very important particle, an essential ingredient to our theory of physics. They tried to find it in California. They tried to find it at Fermilab, and just this year, it appears as if they found it.
The European Council for Nuclear Research announced that after half a century of experiments, scientists had found a subatomic particle that could prove to be the missing ingredient in physicists' working model of the universe.
The Higgs is a fundamental particle that will help us understand how particles get mass and how the universe was created.
Boston University played a central part in making it happen.
Boston University is actually one of very few universities in the US that is a member of 2 of the experiments at CERN. Boston University group members have played major roles in the building of the detectors and in the analysis of the data that has come out.
The discovery will also inspire a new generation of searchers at BU.
Working at CERN was an amazing opportunity, especially for an undergraduate. I actually did have the opportunity to walk in the cafeteria and run into some brilliant physicists that I only saw their pictures on Wikipedia. And when I heard the announcement of 5 sigma, which means the discovery of a new particle, I was actually screaming. It was an exciting moment in my life.